Hi Beat and all the friends from Global Outreach Day. I just want to give you a short update what happened last week on the Global Outreach Day here in Frankfurt, Germany. So as you all know, we also suffered, or I would say we're restricted by the COVID-19 crisis and everything. So we couldn't go out as a team for many months now. I'm a pastor of a church and also an outreach leader here of a local team. And we were quite disappointed that we couldn't get active in that way. But on this Global Outreach Day, I had the first time the permission to go out with at least 30 people. So that was very encouraging. So we had 2 hours of training in the morning, prayer, preparation, evangelistic training. Then we went out and we shared the gospel with worship music, with drama, limited, but nevertheless we could do some due to all this regulation. We had to wear masks here in Frankfurt, which made it not so easy to talk to people, but it worked. The Lord blessed it. And we also had poetry slam, some kind of things. And so 6 people gave their life to the Lord. That was wonderful. Some people we never expected. One person got filled with the Holy Spirit on the street, speaking in tongues. Another person got healed. A young lady who had problems with her meniscus. I think she was wearing a crutch. She couldn't walk really without pain. A brother prayed for her. And then her phone rang. And she had a longer telephone call right after the prayer. And afterwards, our brother said to her, "What about the pain?" And after the phone call and after he had prayed for her, the pain was completely gone. She could walk around without pain and without any hindrances. So that was very fine and a great testimony. But one of the biggest testimonies we had was very encouraging. During the time I shared on the microphone a word of knowledge that I feel that there is a person here who tried to kill herself or himself in the last couple of weeks. And I spoke some words of encouragement and comfort and so on. And after that, a little later, a young lady of ours a sister gave a testimony for the very first time. She was challenged, but she did very well. And after this testimony, a young woman came forward or approached our team and was instantly very open, sharing private details about her life. She said she was raped several times in her life as a child, I guess it was, and she was suicidal, tried to commit suicide several times already, and just six days ago, 6 days before the Global Outreach Day, she tried to kill herself again. And the brother was quite shocked about this whole story, but she was so touched from what she heard on the streets, even if it was openly in public, she was very open to the Holy Spirit and to the presence of the Lord who was in the place. So our brother prayed for her and the Holy Spirit came and he shared the gospel with her and she gave her life to the Lord. That was so encouraging. And while he prayed for her that she receives a blessing. I don't know what actually he prayed in detail, but when he was finished, this young lady was so touched and said she could feel a wind blowing from the back, really something that she couldn't explain. But our brother said that's the Holy Spirit. He wants to touch you. He loves you. And this was very encouraging. She also said she don't want to try to commit suicide again. And later in that day, she sent us a text message in which she thanked us again for what she had experienced and for all the things she had heard, and she was very encouraged. So that was a great testimony because there are so many people actually behind her face, and maybe they look nice on the outside, but on the inside there's oftentimes a big desperation. And I want to encourage you just to go forward and share the gospel. Maybe you don't have the chance or not the permission to do a bigger outreach as we did, but nevertheless, just 1 by 1, 2 by 2, or pray for your neighbor. It's totally possible to see God and the power of God in action here in Europe. When you pray, maybe you decide to fast, but it's really possible. We saw it, we have seen it in the past, we will see it in the future, and we will continue to share the gospel. Global Outreach Day, it's not over. Go 2020 just is beginning, and we want to encourage you from Frankfurt. Go for it, preach the gospel, and see God in action.